Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Stock and this video is for entertainment purposes only. Today we're taking a look at that crypto rally and seeing where our prices are going from here, and also talking about moving on later into Q4 and even into Q1 of 2022 for each of these cryptos and what I think is going to happen from where we're at. So stick around and let's get ready to rock. Welcome back. For those of you who are interested, down in the description you'll find a link to my Patreon. By clicking that link and heading over there, you get access to my weekly newsletter, my weekly watch list of stocks, also my portfolios, growth portfolio, dividend portfolio, and crypto portfolio, which I started this summer. It's a little guy, but it's growing fast, especially right now. You also have access to my Discord, where I have a community of investors over there who are just positive, passionate people who are all there to support each other for furthering their financial status. So if that sounds like something that's interesting to you, check out that link for the Patreon down in the description. Last thing, Moo, Weeble, click those referral links also found in the description. By signing up, depositing your money into those, you get free stocks. I get free stocks for the referral. So cover up those eyeballs, mash around until you find the like button, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, ring it so you can see any time that my videos come out. Thank you very much. And with that said, let's move on to the cryptos. Alright, for crypto, you can see over the past 7 days that Bitcoin is up 25%, and recently it's been up just over $55,000 per coin, and you can see it's up about 5% for today. So it is resting a little bit, and that I think is perfectly natural, especially with such as the crypto miners, the Bitcoin miners, cashing in on their positions with the accumulation that they've had with the BTC. So this is something natural to see that sort of dump. We also have more long-term holders holding on to Bitcoin, and our short-term holders are the ones who are selling it off. And I think that we're just going to have more holding of the Bitcoin, and that's going to keep on driving up the price over time. So this rally that we see here, I think it's going to keep going. For Ethereum, popping up over $3,500 per ETH token. You can see it's up 19%, and so up almost 5% for the day. And I really think that these gains that we see between Bitcoin, Ethereum, and also Cardano I'm covering in this video today, I think that we're going to see these altcoins start to rally given Bitcoin's price. I think they're going to lag behind just by a little bit, and we can already see some of that movement taking place. So Ethereum, we're still waiting for news on that date between the merge between the mainnet and the beacon chains, and when that happens, when we get that announcement, that should be a very good price catalyst for us moving forward from here, besides just the movement that we have in sympathy with the rest of the crypto market in general. So Ethereum, absolutely my favorite. It is my largest holding, and it's one that I continue to add to over time, and I think that this is going to fill out beautifully for us. Cardano down in the number 4 spot. So right now, 10% up over the last 7 days. So it is lagging behind Bitcoin and Ethereum, and it is up about 6.31% and rocking right around that $2.30 mark per ADA token. So Cardano, I think, is one that we haven't really seen the development yet to really push that price higher, but I think that it's one that is going to fill out over time, and especially as we really build out in the DeFi space. Crypto gaming would be another place to capitalize. I think that we're going to see wonderful things from Cardano moving forward from here. Can't forget about my friend Solana, rocking about 15% up over the past 7 days. This went up to more recently just under $180 per SOL token, and Solana I think is going to give us a really big rally in the near future. It might take a little bit of time. We might need to see Bitcoin settle a little bit, maybe Ethereum settle a little bit, and as they settle a little bit, I think that we're going to see some of that money flow back into Solana and push that price upward. A few other ones, our friend the Doji, I always stop by him and throw out a little bit of respect, a little bit of love. So 24 cents. It was just around 20, so this is up about 20%. You can see that over here over the last 7 days. And here we go. I have this highlighted so to make sure that I talked about it. Shiba Inu moving up almost 400%, so almost 5xing over the past 7 days. And you can see it's up about another 50% today. And we will stop by that one just briefly, just because I think that, well, it's neat to watch it run like that. And so that chart, the chart's just fun to look at, so we're going to take a look at that one. Moving on from there, Chainlink. Chainlink, I think this should belong closer to $30. I'm not doing the coverage in this video for it, but I have made other videos where I talk about Chainlink being the #1 oracle, up about 13% for the day. I'm sorry, for the past 7 days, up about 5% for the day. And then last one that I want to mention right now is Polygon, up only about 3% for the day, 15% over the past 7 days, rocking around that $1.28, and this is one that should push on to about $2 per Matic token, I would say by the end of 2021. So that's definitely something that I'm also that I'm bullish on. I have a position in, and well, I expect incredible things from it. Now about Shiba Inu, this is one I have no investment in, so no position whatsoever, and I just want to show you this recent volume spike that we have and also the price action that goes along with it. This actually looks a lot like Solana did when Solana took off and took us up well over $100 per SOL token. It actually took us up to $200 per SOL token before settling back down and even reaching back down to the 120s with the sell-off in the rest of the crypto market, and now that's back up to 150. So this is the definition of momentum right here when we're looking at this, and it is incredible to watch it. And actually it's funny because a few days ago I was like, there's a lot of talk about this. I should put a small position as a swing trade, not something to invest in for myself, although I know other people do. And I was like, I'll think about it. And in that time since I've thought about it, we had just this rampant takeoff. And it's always, I have this thing where I always want to go after my first instinct, that if it's my first instinct, a lot of times it's my best instinct, such as I'm like, I should take my raincoat today. It's not really looking rainy. It's looking pretty sunny outside. They're not calling for rain. And then, so I leave it behind. I don't follow my first instinct. And the next thing I know, I'm getting rained on. And, other strange things have happened. So, I had this thought and I was like, I should just put a small amount out there that, not that I care about that I don't care about losing money. I absolutely do not like losing money, but I was going to put out, maybe $50 or something like that. And this was before any of this sort of takeoff that we've had in the last 7 days. And that 50 would be more like 250 right now. So while that's not an incredible amount of money, it was also something that, was nothing more than kind of a passing feeling about noticing a little bit of talk in the background about it. And now it took off. So I would call that luck, and that's not really a way that I invest. So that's why there was hesitation and why I didn't follow that first instinct. It is funny though to watch it if it would have worked out. Let's move on from there. So Bitcoin, there we go. I have this zoomed out for us, and I also have some horizontal lines drawn in here. And again, this is through coinmarketcap.com that we're looking at this. So these blue lines are the horizontal lines that I have drawn in. This is the recent top that we saw, and you can see it kind of puts us right in the middle of all these highs and lows that we had when it was at its very highest. And we had some big bearish divergence taking place back then. And up here when this price ran up, we also had a little bit of bearish divergence, not nearly to what we had before that big sell-off that we saw happening in May when the price collapsed and took us back down sometimes under $30,000 per BTC. And then since then we had a price rally. You could see the strength dying off and the price was running up, so it was going to dip again, and it did. And so now we have that strength back up again. So we'll see if this is something that settles a little bit, brings us back down to around $50,000, just over $50,000 per BTC. And well, we're just going to have to watch it play out over time and see how this treats us. In the meantime, where's it going to go from here? This could be a day where we have that little bit of rest, where we're kind of dumping the coins back on the market. Maybe the miners are doing so, that we see some of that sell price, people capitalizing on some of the recent gains that they've made. And as we get this rest and as we have people more buying into it, we could possibly see more all-time highs coming in. We had news of the Bitcoin ETF, which I believe is just the futures one that's coming out, that isn't actually holding any Bitcoin whatsoever. So that's not the news we're looking for. We actually want ETFs that actually have Bitcoin on their balance sheet. So when we do have that, that's going to be another cause for a price rally. I would call this a good first step. So from here, I think the next big thing that we have for Bitcoin is those ETFs. We still have lots of institutional interest and retail interest in Bitcoin, and they're only holding more and more over time, and they're just holding on to it. And that's reducing that supply that's available. So it's pinching the demand, and that really should be something that continues to drive the price over time. Even if we look at this over longer time horizons, you can see that even off the lows that we have a steady upward climb, even though it's been a little bit tumultuous for the highs in the meantime. Stopping by Ethereum. For Ethereum, you can see the recent price, $3,560. And let's zoom down here. Scroll, there we go. Now we'll zoom. And this one, if you look at my past videos, I talked about a channel coming off these lows that we have right here. Even more recently, you can start seeing those lows of the channel. And the last video that I made on Ethereum, I said that we were using the bottom side of that channel, using those lows as resistance for us. And if we broke through that, we would return back to our channel, which means, I better zoom out a little bit because I do want to show you guys this. There we go. So right now, the top of the channel, let me move that up a little bit. The top of the channel is somewhat around here. So we actually have room to climb a fair amount right now from where it's at. We have room up to almost $3,400. So like $3,800 to $4,000 per ETH token is the room that we have from where we're currently at with our price. And if I show the bottom of this channel, it's coming off these lows, and you can see that we finally broke out of that resistance area. Now we started turning it into support. So we have a decent amount of room to climb from where we're at right now before we hit the top of this channel, and it puts us near all-time highs. As long as this support holds, then what we have here is resistance coming for us, and that's something that we have yet to break through. And like I said, Bitcoin strength is something that's going to continue to pull on the rest of the crypto market. And with Bitcoin kind of topping out, that leaves more room, more attention for altcoins that haven't made that same sort of rally. So I think Ethereum is lagging behind Bitcoin by price action. And now that Bitcoin is getting so pricey that we're going to see some of that price action, some of that investment start to return to Ethereum and some of the other altcoins that are out there, and that they're going to switch off into an altcoin rally following this, especially when Bitcoin hits all-time highs. That we're going to see the all-time high, we'll see a settling, and then we'll see a return to the Bitcoins, and then as Bitcoin comes back down, then the altcoins are going to go back up in price. At least that's the way that I see it playing out. So ETH, I think hitting $4,000 in Q4, I think that we're going to see it. I think we could possibly see new all-time highs, that we start hitting about $5,000 per Ether token by the end of 2021. By that time, we should know when we're going to have that merge between the mainnet and the beacon chain, when we have that full switch over to proof of stake, and then it's on to looking forward for when that sharding happens in order to scale up the Ethereum network, and that is really going to drive down the gas fees, because it's going to take away a lot of the congestion that we have right now that drives up the transaction fees, which keeps people out of Ethereum and into some of the Ethereum competitors, and even into some of the layer 2 solutions. Just a quick stop by Cardano, and you can see Cardano is rallying a little bit, but it's been muted so far with what we've had with Bitcoin and Ethereum. And like I said, as some of that value comes out of Bitcoin, I think we're going to see it return out to the altcoins, that's where the investment's going to start going. And Cardano is one that I think has been showing too little price action. I think the hype has died down since we had the smart contracts with the Alonso hard fork come out back in September. We had the Cardano summit, and now we are in more of a time where we're going to see that settling. We're not going to see as much excitement because we don't have any big news that's current right now for Cardano. But the next time that comes around, we're going to see this next rally. And that next rally, I think, is the thing that puts us up over $3 per ADA token. And I think that we're in a range of $3 to $5 by the end of 2021. If we get big news for Cardano with DeFi, for example, if we get large investment in there and we start to see a lot of total value or a rapid increase in how much total value is locked in Cardano, then those are things that will encourage the price action, inspire it to move on higher from where we're at right now. So let me summarize. Bitcoin, it might rest a little bit, but I think that we're on track to new all-time highs in this most recent rally. So that's definitely something that I'm watching out for, and we'll see just how much it pulls back. If it does, I'm hoping that we stay up above that $50,000 per BTC. That's going to be good for the entire crypto market. Ethereum right now up over $3,500 per Ether token, and that's one that I think is going to have an incredible rally for us, moving us up to that $4,000 mark or beyond it, especially when we get news of that merge date between the mainnet and the beacon chain. I think that is our next big driver for Ethereum from where we're at right now. Cardano I think is going to settle for a little while, and I think that it's one that will receive more price action over time, but I think it's going to be slow and it'll be a little bit steadier. Maybe we have a little bit of a dip here and there, maybe a little bit of a rise here and there, but I think that the next big catalyst for us is really finding out more about either institutional investment into Cardano, so big contracts or big deals between institutions and Cardano, and then moving on from there as we start to see DeFi move on to it, and maybe some decentralized exchanges also move on, then I really think that we're going to start seeing much larger price rallies moving on for Cardano from here. So thank you guys for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Check out that link for the Patreon down in the description. We'd absolutely love to have you over there. Webull, Mumu, sign up, deposit your money, and get your free stocks. And thank you for the free stocks. eyes wide open this time. Hit that like button very deliberately, subscribe button, and notification bell. Go ahead and ring it so you can see anytime that my videos come out. I'm Dr. Stock. Thanks for rocking with me. Now go get that money.